Okay. What day are we on? You know what? I'm not even sure. But anyway, we're getting there. I've got about 2.5 weeks left of the 12-week piece of the program. That whole 13th week recovery thing is still like, am I gonna? Because here's the deal. I've got, all summer long, I haven't done virtually anything social with like my normal set of social people, just because it's not conducive to diet. Um, but August 25th will be, I'm sorry, August 28th will actually be the last day of the 12 weeks of the exercise part of P90X. And then there's a 13th week of recovery, which they suggest that you do before you take pictures and things like that. Well, August 28th, some friends are basically having a gathering of a bunch of us who have not been together for a really long time. Um, and so that's the last day of the 12-week program. So basically, I would wake up and stretch and then go to this thing sometime during the day. And my thought is, you're going to just enjoy the day. It's the end of 12 weeks. It's not the end of 13, but you've done 12 weeks of exercise, so on, and just get over it. And it's going to be one day of uh, calories that are more than you've had for 12 weeks. So anyway, I'm gonna do that. Um, so there's that. All right, so let me just a few things I've written actually down. So Monday was the first day back in the exercising after a week of recovery. No, that's not true. Sorry. It's the first week. Second week, I'm doing very poorly at this. It's the second week of back to exercise after a recovery week, which means you're doing the you know what, forget it. Comparing week 7, which is the last time I did this particular routine, and week 10, which is this week, not a lot of progress. It's one of the it's the let's see, chest, shoulders, and triceps exercise, and it's just 24, I think, different exercises, one after the other, push-ups and so on. And I just didn't see a lot of progress. There at the beginning, I guess at the beginning of the workout, I saw some progress, but near the end, it was like I was doing basically the same thing as I was doing 3 weeks ago. And that's just kind of a noticing, comparing um, when I did. Now, of course, there was a lot bigger time period between the first workout I ever did on P90X and then the one I did at week 7. Sorry, no, 8, 9. Where there was a tremendous amount of progress, which I commented on another blog in this one. Anyway, it's just kind of a noticing. Um, I'm also, speaking of food, it's really starting to get, all my other programs, I may have mentioned this too, have always had sort of a splurge meal, free meal, however you want to put it, at least one or two during the course of the week, where you just don't worry about it, and you just eat. And I have not done that at all during this whole 10 weeks or however long, 9.5 weeks that I've been doing this. And it's starting to get in my head, especially at dinner time. I think I mentioned that my oldest daughter, bakes cakes for friends kind of semi-professionally. And the cake smell is killing me. I mean, and I'm not even a huge cake eater, but now it's like I can smell cake a mile away. And, it's interesting about this. The psychology part of the splurge meal and the feeling of deprivation, if you will. I know from past experience that whenever I have a splurge meal, it's always anticlimactic at the end. It's always like, okay, the burger was fun while eating it, the pizza was fun while eating it, but was it worth it? I mean, did it really just, make my day? And the answer was always no. It was always sort of a letdown. I was like, did I really need to do that? Did I really need that? All those yuck calories. Um, so at around dinner time, I keep thinking, I find myself rationalizing going out to eat and just doing a splurge, um, which, I didn't do for the first section of this, but now it's really starting to spin. And I think there could be some reasons. One is just like the end is just around the corner, and there's that mindset. Um, Also, I have made progress that, you know, if this was the end of the 12 weeks, I'd be happy. I weighed in this morning at 174.4. So that's just about 20 pounds lost, about 18 pounds. And again, looking in the mirror, I totally see a difference. I tried on some size 33 jeans yesterday, and they fit perfectly. They weren't snug at all or whatever. And it's not my, wouldn't it be great if I could do 32s, like I said? And I didn't even try them on because the 33s fit just right, so I know the 32s are going to be a little snug. But that does open up another whole stack of jeans in my closet that I haven't been able to wear in a long time, and other clothes as well. So 174.4, you know, for me, that's, like I said, it had been a long time since I've been in the 170s, and now I'm approaching, you know, I could be at 170 by the end of this, and that was kind of what I said at the very beginning, that maybe I could do. But I wasn't so sure with all the calories. That's another thing I'll mention, is that, you know, this last phase is all those carbs. And I've lost 4 pounds since the beginning of this last phase, which is only a week and a half. Remember, a week and a half ago or so, I weighed in at 178, and this morning at 174.4. So all you people who are afraid of carbs, seriously, get over it. Yeah, so I know that this last thing may sound a little like ego or whatever, but you have to understand that, you know, 10 years, 8 years ago or whatever, when I was in probably the best shape of my life. And I say shape because I think I'm in better condition now than I've ever been, because of just the range of stuff, the P90X cardiovascularly, and, you know, the yoga and everything else, and just the diversity of the exercises that I'm doing. I'm probably in better physical condition than I was in 2002. But, you know, I'd forgotten what it feels like to really feel good about, you know, how I look. Now, again, I know, ego, but back then it was such a new thing for me, since I'd never done it. It was this daily feeling of accomplishment, like, wow, I can't believe I actually have done this. And because I've spent the last 6 years or so sort of beating myself up for getting away from that, it feels good to not have that feeling anymore, to look in the mirror and actually see abs again, you know, even when I'm not flexing, you know, or whatever, trying to make them, are they in there? It's, you know, there was this whole question at the beginning, you know, that was when I was 35, so now I'm 45. I'll be 45 in October. You know, can I do this? Will my body respond the same way? Do I still have this in me? And so it's just really awesome to know that the answer is yes. And I guess from a, if you're watching this sort of blog, just know that, you know, it's never too late. And I think that at the beginning I was reaching that point, like, is this, at the beginning, the body I had at the beginning, is this the body I'm going to have for the rest of my life, or is it going to get worse, or can I pull it together? And to know that I can pull it together is a good feeling. I'm running close to my 10-minute limit, so I'm going to end it here.